Presidential contender Ted Cruz pretty much acknowledged the fact that all of us knew, that in order for him to stand any chance in this election, he is going to need the help of the GOP establishment.
Holly, I want to ask you how comfortable Ted Cruz is with what looks to be a little bit of an establishment swarm around him.
It's interesting, right? Because he's made his whole campaign around hitting the Washington cartel and slamming
they hate him
all these
right
people.
back. So I'm wondering how this is going.
Yeah, right. Well, it's interesting. So I'll tell you this, and I found this very interesting. A campaign aide, a senior advisor, telling me that Cruz is not really working the phones the way that you might think another senator or congressional member would, because who would he call? They don't like him. So it's difficult for them. They didn't even know that, like, Nikki Haley, for example, was going to come out in support of Ted Cruz until they read about it in the newspaper like everybody else. So for Cruz, it's a challenge. I asked him about this over the weekend. We were down by the Mexican border in Arizona, and I said, you hate Washington. You talk about hating Washington, and now you need their support to be able to get the nomination. And he said, well, you know, we welcome everybody, basically. He made a point to say that he still fights for what he believes in and has come to Washington to do what he says he will do. But it's sort of a way that Cruz has to thread the needle here, because as much as his supporters love that he goes to Washington and kind of rails against his colleagues, at this point, given where Trump is, he also needs those colleagues to be able to succeed in what he wants to do, which is get the nomination.